Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from any part of the world you are joining us. You are welcome to the Dan collection, and this is the time of the year that we are going close to the Yuletide season. Make designs that looks like designs that has to do with the Yuletide. But for today, we're creating something I call creation. We create creation. So it's going to be something very fast. So you just join me as I run through this. We are in Adobe Illustrator as usual. Now there are times when I'll use Photoshop, but for now we are just with Adobe Illustrator. So I'm going to use mostly shapes, but these shapes I'm going to make their borders to be different. So we're going to use things that has to do with indigenous cultures from the Pacific. We're going to use things that has to do with nature, with arrows. We're going to combine all of them into a very nice pattern. Let's go ahead. So I will just go to the tools panel and I'll go to shapes. And I'm going to make a square. I'll give it 6 by 6 square, so it should be 6 by 6. So here we have this. So I'm going to turn it this way. I'm going to just increase it a little bit. You know how to increase this, so I don't need to tell you how. Let's just increase it this way. So we have 7.08 and then turn it this way. So we have this. Now I'm going to change the color. I'm going to change the color, not the color this time. I'm going to just make it to look like a rhombus. So I'll go to this shape. We call it, it is called direct selection tool. Click on it, click on this point and drag it in. Go to this point, click on it and drag it in. So they are the same now. So now we have this. So I'm just going to increase it a little bit. Okay. So this is my first shape, so I'm going to make the stroke to be a little bit different, and I'm going to put what they call, I'm going to fix what is called arrow. To change this is stroke. You can increase it to whatever you want. The uniform, do you want it to be uniform distributed or you want it that way? I want it to be uniform distributed. So we go to the brush definition. How do you want it to be? Now you can go to this point and bring in arrow special, arrow standard, whatever. The borders, you want it to be decorative, frames, geometric, indigenous, whatever it may be. You can even import pens, that is pen brushes, art pen brushes, and other libraries. You can do whatever you want. But for me, I've already found my way to select what I want. So I've just placed them all in this place. So the first one I'm going to pick this, what is called arrow brush flora, to be increased. Now for this, I'm going to make the color lighter. Let's make the color lighter to look good and presentable. And here we are. Ctrl C, Ctrl F. Give me another, but this one is going to be at the back. Just increase it a little bit to cover up everything, and then right click, arrange, send to back. I'm moving it to this. So if you right click, arrange, send backward. It will go one step backward. If you just send it to the back, it's going to go all the way to the back. So there is a rectangle already here. So in this, now I'm going to change the color, give it a particular color, the color I want. So the color is going to be with a hex code 5D7, and here we go. See, contrast very much with it, looks nice. And so I'll select this, Ctrl C, Ctrl F. We have another one selected, and then it is need to be small. Now the border, the stroke, also we have another different border. Now this is going to be Samoan. You can Aztec, you know, the Mexican people of the original inhabitants of Mexico. This can make it this way, can change it to this. It's called Celtic, the guys that were in Europe before even the Romans came. Or you can change it to whatever you trust, or you can make it Incan, South American indigenous community, or make it South, whatever you want to do. But for me, this looks nice, but for me, I want to do something different. I don't want to do any of these. I want to do it in this particular way. Samoa, the people that are found in the Pacific Ocean. You have heard of American Samoa? Yes, they are the ones. So I want to make it. So I'm going to just make this a little bit big. So okay, instead I'm going to reduce the Samoa, make it small, then increase the size. Yes, good. Now I'm going to duplicate the Samoan and make it smaller. Okay, now we go to another one, or you can make it primitive, like primitive man, or you can make it primitive too. See, there are boundless opportunities to what you can do with this. Boundless, I mean, you can do as much as you want. This is Polynesian, also a Pacific community, one of the between the Pacific Oceans. You can make it whatever you want, whatever you want. It looks like I'm going to woodcut. So let's try woodcut. Okay, so we have woodcut. This looks good, but it looks like I want to be biased towards the indigenous community, and I'll do something like this. So we have duplicate this again. and make it smaller still. So I'm going to use another, look for something that most people would love. I'll use dog tracks. So I'm going to use that instead. So I think it's better. I'll reduce it. You can reduce the stroke to 0.6. Yes, and you are good. Okay, and then what we have here, we have 5. Then we're going to add one more, an ellipse at the center. We're going to move it all the way to the center. Zoom in, move this guy to the center, and he's good. A little bit, not a circle. So let's leave it that way. And we have what we have. I'm going to give him a different color of royalty. So I'm going to give it a particular hex code. And here, the first element is done. I'm going to group this, Ctrl G. I'll name this shield. You can name it whatever you want, depending on when you are creating yours, whatever you want. It's your business. Creation, the primitive, there were indigenous, and all. Now the next is I'm going to use some shapes. What I use there is the line segment tool. I'll give it stroke. Give it a particular color. For me, I will use this particular color. You can use exactly this or can decide to do whatever you want. The choice is yours. So I have this. So I'm going to select it, Alt, move it, good. Then I can now duplicate it to have the same distance from each other by pressing Ctrl D. Just moves. That looks nice. Yes, yes. Okay, I'm going to group Ctrl G. I'll call this light, and I'm going to send it, arrange, right click, go to arrange and say send backward. Goes behind the shield. See? So I'm just going to move it a little bit back. Good. Now, just to duplicate this, what you have to do, select it and just press Alt, and you are good. No hard and fast rule, nothing difficult, and then you are good. But I want to change the color to something lighter, so I'm going to use another color. You can change it to whatever you want. For me, this is what I'm using. So that's the hex code. We are here. This is all we need. Everything selected, and as we know, go to object pattern meet. Now you are going to change it to whatever you want. Whatever you are free to do whatsoever. You can move to group by column. You can click on this and then press shift and alt to move it at the same proportional to each other. You can do that. Just do you, do whatsoever you want, but make sure that at the end what you have is something nice. That is all you need. But I'm using group by row. I found a way to create what I want. So now this is it. But you can okay with this, and so creation done. This is gone, and then just Ctrl C, Ctrl F, and then creation is here. Now I can edit this, so let's click on this, can edit it and take it further, and maybe I want to make it closely knit and bring it closer. I can decide to expand it, make it more closely knit. So, and then it affects immediately here. So we have what we call creation. Creation is here. Creation is here. So you can zoom it in to what you want. You can zoom it into what you want. So you can place it on your bags, on whatever you want. It's up to you. You can even decide to make this totally black. It's your choice. Thank you very much. So we shall see next time. Create something very different. Next time I'm going to use the indigenous kinds of designs to create another one. Have a nice day ahead.